Are you looking for a way to warm up your entire body, but you just don't have the time for a full yoga class? I got you. Today we are going to warm everything up in less than 10 minutes with one simple yoga pose. Let's get this party started. Today we are going to be using cat-cow pose to warm up your entire body. We're going to do 3 different variations of cat-cow. So if you're like me and you want something under your knees, grab a pillow, roll up your yoga mat, or if you're hardcore and you don't care about protecting your knees, that's cool. Take your pillow underneath your knees. Spread your fingers really wide, find some space in between your fingers, place your hands underneath your shoulders. We're gonna start with traditional cat-cow pose. You can tuck your toes under, you can untuck them, find what feels really good in your body, and let's get started connecting your breath with your movement. So on your inhale, look up towards the sky, drop the belly towards the floor. Allow that tailbone to go towards the sky, shoulders move towards the hips. Press into those fingers. Exhale, chin comes towards the chest, flex the spine towards the sky, hollow out the belly. And just go back and forth just like that with your breath. Allow your breath to lead the movement. Take it slow, feel into your spine, really warming up here. And when you're ready, come to a neutral spine. We're going to start a couple of variations of this posture. Take that left leg back, swing the left toes around to the right. Take a moment to look over the right shoulder. Place the left toes on the earth. Get a little side body stretch here. And on your next inhale, look forward. We're going to do 3 cat-cows in this posture. We won't have as much movement in this spine, but notice how it feels. Inhale, looking up. Shoulder blades moving towards the hips, dropping the belly. Exhale, scooping the belly up. Finding some space in between the shoulder blades here, chin to the chest. Let's go back and forth with your breath 2 more times. The neighborhood dog is going crazy, so if you hear him barking in the background, my apologies. Good. Come back to a neutral spine on your third one. Pick up the left toes off the ground, swing them around, place the left knee back where you found it. Shake the hips out left to right. Let's take it to the other side. Right leg sends back, swinging over towards the left. Place the toes on the ground. Look over that left shoulder, little side body stretch here. Inhale, look forward. 3 cat-cows on this side. Really try to slow it down. Take full inhales and full exhales. Noticing your range of motion. One more. When you're done with your third cat-cow, pick up the toes off the ground. Send that right knee back where we found it. Tuck the toes under for now. Send the hips back on the heels. Bring your hands up and imagine that you have peanut butter on your fingertips and you're slinging it out, trying to get that peanut butter off of your fingertips. Little story time. We're just going to rotate the wrists around one direction, the other direction. I had a baby 2 years ago and I got some carpal tunnel in my wrist. So sometimes being on my wrist for a long time doesn't feel good. So if you're like that, if you're like me, I'm going to show you some different variations that you can do with your hands to alleviate pain in the wrist. So one would be tenting the fingertips. See how there's space in between my palms and the ground? This can feel really good. Another option would be turn the fingertips away from each other for some of these cat-cows, or maybe you turn the fingertips all the way around. One of them we're going to do, you definitely are going to have the hands turned towards the knees a little bit. So find the variation that feels really good for you, really pressing into the fingers no matter what to protect the wrists. Okay, here we go with our next variation. We're going to take the left foot on the outside of the mat, step it in between the knee and the hands. Your choice if you want the left toes to splay out to the left or stay forward. We're going to do 3 cat-cows like this. Good, inhale, looking up towards the sky, dropping the belly. Same thing we've been doing in the spine. Just moving our legs and hands around for different variations. Finding some space in different parts of the body. Last one. Connecting breath with movement. Trying to keep that concentration on the breath. Awesome. Pause here with a neutral spine. Let's just sway the hips from side to side, moving to the left and the right with the hips, straightening through the left leg, bending in the left knee. One more time, just like that. Wiggling from side to side. Feels pretty good to me. I hope it feels good to you. Next time you bend the left knee, pause, send the left knee back where we found it. Back to that tabletop pose. If you need to switch your hands up, go ahead and do so. And then step that right foot to the outside of your mat, in between the knee and the hands. Well, here we go for 3 cat-cows like this. Good. On your last one, come back to a neutral spine. Wiggle right to left. Finding some space in the right hip, inside of the right thigh. One more time, right to left. Good. Come back to center, bend in the right knee. Place that right knee back where you found it. And we are going to do our last variation of cat-cow. I call this the funky cat-cow. I've done it in some of my classes before. If you've watched, then you probably know what I'm talking about. Slowly begin to turn your fingertips away from each other. You might even have enough mobility to turn the fingertips all the way towards the knees. Tuck the toes. Walk your knees a little bit closer to the hands. On the inhale, look up, drop the shoulder blades down towards the hips. And this time on the exhale, same thing we've been doing, but lean back just a little bit with the hips, kind of towards a child's pose, so that you have a stretch in the bottoms of the feet and the wrist. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, press it back. One more time, just like that. All right, come back to center. Slowly begin to turn the fingertips towards the top of the mat. You can sit down on your knees. That is all for today. I hope that your body feels nice and warmed up. I hope you dig those different variations of cat-cow and you are ready for your next yoga class with me. I hope you stick around and I'll see you next time. We are going to be doing it today. We're going to be using of that pose, blah, 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 blah.